your thoughts are your achievement factors. To discuss that factor, how you achieve anything with the help of your thoughts, let's keep on discussing the same book, As a Man Thinketh. One of the most renowned and praised book by scholars of all times after it was published. Let's keep on going and keep subscribing and commenting so we can get the best out of this podcast. Thank you. Let's move forward. So, As a Man Thinketh states that you will be able to achieve anything what you are thinking of. Either it's good, bad, your purities, your impurities are purely within your thoughts. If your soul, your body, your actions are pure or not, or impure or not, all depends on your thought process. So the world you are creating around you are living in is purely your thoughts. As the writer explains that your sufferings and your happiness both depend on your thoughts. Whatever is here, that is creating your world. Either you are an oppressor or you are oppressed. In both cases, you are the one desiring it or letting it happen. What he says, a very beautiful way of saying, is that the oppressed and the oppressor both are cooperating with each other. And it is rightly applicable in today's era as well, from the very beginning of humankind. The oppressor is thinking that he wants to oppress others, and the oppressed, he lets the oppressor oppress themselves, and that is their thought process. They have accepted in their thought that they are the oppressed one and the oppressor has to be obeyed. So both parties, from the very beginning to this world, we are cooperating with each other in terms of oppressor and oppressed. So it's a very beautiful thing to understand that if you are an oppressor or being oppressed in any sense, you are being a cooperator of that. So that is all in your thoughts. So imagine just for 1 second, in any situation you are, personal life or your real life outside your house, you are being oppressed or you are oppressing someone. You are thinking and making it happen in your thoughts first, and the other person is also cooperating as a reaction of that thought to let you do that or let it happen. So we are all cooperating with each other in our resources, in our senses, and then the physical world takes its form. The writer says that you can only rise above the situation if you are an oppressor or being oppressed. Both states are miserable actually. So if you want to rise above those states, you have to elevate your thoughts. Your thought process is elevated, you'll be way above than these states. Because in my mind, that's not right opinion. What I'm interpreting here is the oppressed state and being oppressed, or when you are an oppressor, both of the states are miserable and you have to rise above them by your thought process. So what he says, sometimes what happens, we see people doing well in worldly shows, and it appears so that the nature is favoring them, but it does not happen in actuality. Sooner or later they will be coming down, they will be brought down. So what he says is the universe does not help the greedy or dishonest. Maybe it appears sometimes so, but it is not the actual reality. So the law of the universe will make the balance always. And if those people who have made some progress in the worldly manners in any sense, and if they don't elevate their thoughts, they will be brought down. So they will have to eventually work on their thought process in a positive way, and then they will be staying at the same position or going up. Otherwise they will be brought down. That's the law of the nature. You cannot defy the law. You can only obey the law. You can go along with the law and then prosperous in a prosperous situation. Otherwise you are bound to fall down. Then this is a quotation in the book that is very much likely to be read here, and I don't want to miss it, so I will read it. It's a bit longer. He who would accomplish little must sacrifice little. He who would achieve much must sacrifice much. He who would attain highly must sacrifice greatly. 3 lines. He did not say, the writer did not say that you should achieve greatly, you should sacrifice greatly or highly. He said that if you want to achieve high, sacrifice high. But if you want to achieve something way greater than the normal people, you have to be able to sacrifice whatever is at stake. That is called great sacrifice. Not high sacrifice, great sacrifice. You have to be able to sacrifice everything, whatever you think dear of in your mind or in your physical realm. That's the cost of being a great person. Otherwise, you can never achieve greatness. That's a fact. From the very history, whatever the time frame where you have the logbooks or written things on the walls, there has been a history of sacrifice. There has been a history of oppressor and oppressed. To achieve and to surpass those circumstances, every great man has sacrificed. There is nothing I have at least come across, I haven't heard anything great that has been achieved without the fall of greatness. Means when I say without the fall of greatness, right now I might be thinking as a human being that I'm very great in myself, but I have to get this self fallen down and reach to the new heights of myself, and then I will be achieving greatness than this state. So this line you have to understand. You have to have the fall of your greatness to achieve the next height of greatness. Otherwise you will be at the same place or falling down. Without the fall of greatness, that's called grace. To achieve the higher self, to achieve the greatness. Without that, you cannot achieve anything, you cannot attain anything, not a state, not a physical thing, or not your personality. The next chapter is about visions and ideas. It's a different thing. Thoughts and visions are related, but they're not the same thing. So how you think, that creates your vision and ideas. Based on your thought process, your visions are coming, your ideas are taking a form. So what he says, a very beautiful thing, the writer says, the dreamers are the saviors of the world. The dreamers are the saviors of the world. Always a dreamer has been a savior. When we say that guy is very practical, that's why he's so successful. No, he first saw a dream, a vision, and then he made it into a practical reasoning, and then he implemented on it and gave it a physical form. That's the life process. So because of that dream he had somewhere before, he started working on that practically, and we as normal human beings think that he is very practical or someone is very practical. No sir, it was never the case. He worked on his visions and ideas, and then he gave it a practical shape, and that's why you and me are seeing this beautiful world in the form it is today. So this world will never forget its dreamers. The dreamers are the ones that have created this world in this form in which we are living, breathing, and seeing this happy world if we are having a happy thought. So the next part he's explaining, Columbus cherished the vision of another world and he found it. Because first Columbus was thinking that there is another world. He did not knew anything. He did not had a map. He did not had anything related physical proof of that. But he was cherishing that there must be another world. He was having an idea, a vision about that, and he set sail for that, and he found that. The biggest superpower of the world now. So imagine that was just based on a vision, a thought. And now we are living and getting guidance from that power in the worldly manner. So the next part he says that cherish your visions and ideals, as out of them will grow all delightful conditions, all heavenly environment. So you don't have to let go of your visions and thoughts. Everything is going to come out of that part. Whatever your brain is thinking, your brain is the source of your reality. Either it's heavenly or hellish, means whatever conditions you are living in, heavenly conditions, hellish conditions, your conditions are being branched out from this part of your body. Whatever you make this part think, you make it reality. And for example, if I start thinking before doing anything in a very negative way, my thought process, my stress level will be different in the same room, in the same condition, in front of the same camera. But if I start thinking in a positive way, in a cherished way, about the same process that I am giving knowledge to you and discussing and increasing my knowledge by discussing it with you, I take it positive. I will grow so immensely, and I will grow so immensely. I will be so cherished. I will be so calm. I will be so practically at a calm state inside and outside. My surroundings will feel like I am living in a heaven. I am living an ideal life, what I want to, as per my thoughts, as per my current thoughts. That will be the effect on you as well. Try that. Try that and see how your thought process in your current condition, wherever you are sitting right now, can change suddenly. Suddenly will change your environment around you. The same environment you will start cherishing. And if you want to grow, then again, you will have to destroy your current thought process and fall beyond your goodness level, and then achieve the next height of your greatness. Further says that to desire is to obtain, to aspire is to achieve. Whatever you desire, you will obtain that. But when you are physically achieving and living that part, that is called achievement. When we say we have achieved something, that means we have reached our goals. But before that, we start desiring about it. And that is the process we have to understand. First, desire means make an ideal of that situation that you want to be achieving. Make an ideal in your mind first, and then start working on it. But when you are working on it, keep the ideal in your mind. So what he says, your circumstances might be very worse right now. That's what you're thinking, and they might be practically. But if you keep the same ideal of your thoughts in your mind, what you want to achieve, what you want to go for, if you keep that tunnel mindset and continuous thought of that process, definitely there is no way your circumstances does not change. Again, that's the law of the nature. When I am saying, I am teaching you that, or I'm sharing you the knowledge that, because I'm not having a research from my own self only. I am going through these books of scholars who have definitely proven over the centuries about their knowledge research. What they are trying to tell us is that it's not about what we think, it's about how we think. What we think and how we think, and how long we keep it in that vision. When we are working on it, even if our circumstances are in the worst condition, what we have to do is we have to keep the ideal of that situation, what we want to achieve continuously. If you are in the worst possible health condition, keep thinking of that good condition. It will definitely turn around. You have seen in history, you have seen people in history where doctors said they will never be able to walk. You see videos of these people, and they're running now with broken bodies. They achieved the next impossible target. Why? The only thing, when you research on them, when you talk to them, the only thing they kept saying, they kept visualized themselves walking and running. So still we are not able to do that. We are not able to comprehend the power of our thoughts. When we see physically these things happening, so naive, so weak we are, that we cannot even control our thoughts for ourselves, not for some sake of someone else. What the bloody hell? What kind of a world we are living in, of our own world, inside ourselves, on ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? So what he says, you will receive of that you will earn, no more, no less. You will receive what you will earn. Means it does not mean only in terms of physical thing, of working hard physically, or how you think. You will start working towards that part, and then you will only receive that part. So your thought process is the most important thing that you can have and you can give to yourself. So start subscribing and keep commenting, so I can give you the best and the better of the knowledge. And please recommend some books as well if you wish to discuss more on certain kind of books.